Hello, everybody. Keith Burgun here. I just wanted to run through these massive design changes that I'm doing for Push the Lane. I'm not going to talk too much about the why for why I'm making these changes in this video. I mostly just want to get people caught up who are interested to see what the game is going to be like now. So if you're going to watch my streams and stuff, you should probably watch this video first because otherwise, you may be very confused about exactly what I'm doing. And we can talk about the why more in the stream, and in general, I will be talking about that. And I will mention a little bit of it now, but here we go. So, the map is now going to be much bigger, probably 50 by 50, 60 by 60, somewhere like in that range. I've been implementing it already. So you start in the middle, and you have a tower in the middle, right here, right? And there's these lanes that come out of that middle point, and you have minions. What's not clear with this is this branching stuff. There's one of these is going to be like your real lane, where your minions come out of your towers and they come down the lane and they crash into the enemy minions. And all these lanes will start like 50% pushed, so they'll be like right around here, you know, for each of the real lanes. They'll be like halfway pushed, and the minions will be crashing into each other, whatever. The objective of the game is to push two of the main real lanes out to the end. Once you push it out to the end, it becomes pushed like permanently. It's you've won that lane. You can think of that as getting a point, and you need to get 2 points before the enemy gets 1 point, which is just them pushing one lane all the way in and destroying this tower. So they have towers on the end. You want to push out all the way. You can't actually destroy towers. Your minions have to do it. So you've got to basically help your minions push all the way. So now the easiest thing is it's not that hard to just push one lane. You can just go and fight and do all your abilities and everything and just help this one lane push. But the further you go from here, and this is a crucial difference between this and the old Push the Lane, is that the deeper you get in, the farther you get into to one lane, and more offensive you're getting, the further you're getting from your own defense. So these three other lanes are going to be pushing in while that's happening. So you kind of like it's sort of like a push your luck inherent double-edged sword thing, where the further you push in, the more vulnerable you are. And there's going to be like boss monsters that spawn every once in a while, things like that. So resource-wise, I'm getting rid of all the resources, just having one resources like gold. There's going to be stats. These are the stats I'm currently looking at. Basic, health, attack damage, armor, magic resist, and gold. This looks like these are probably the stats I'll be using. There may be other stats too, but I don't think so. We're going to keep, I think that's a good, just basic set of stats. I want to keep as much of the complicated stuff as possible out on the field, as with before. So there will be items, and some items might boost your stats a little bit and things like that, but mostly the items will be like robots that you place down that go on a lane and do something, or even towers that you place in tower defense style that help you do stuff. So we got some minions. So yeah, now the other really nice thing about this is we're getting rid of the whole concept of some units are holographic and some aren't. It's all just there's just a bunch of units. They all have health. They all do damage. So by the way, first of all you have the minions spawning constantly and some bosses sometimes. You also, though, whenever you're moving around, there will be random monsters spawning as well. So here's some minions. I have a few different ideas of minions that may come about. And then there's monsters also. And I'm thinking there's two kinds of monsters. They spawn at the edge of your info horizon every once in a while. One that's like high damage, low health, and one's that's basically the opposite. That's pretty much it. I also had this idea of factions. This is kind of exciting. So at the game start, the game randomly chooses 4 factions of X that exist, which determine a few things. So, and so think of the factions as the map is going to be split into 4 quadrants, a lot it's like there's an X drawn over the whole map, right? So this top triangle is all ice, and it means something different. So the minions are different, or there's new rules, or there's different kinds of terrain. And then this side happens to be volcano style, or whatever. And then this one is ice also. You know, like it's randomly chosen. So every game there'll be 4 of these and they'll be different. And so that'll change your strategy a little bit. So some things I just wrote down, like ice, large 300-point blocks, blocking some areas off. When taking damage, everything slides back. Fire, small lava holes around monsters that monsters can be pushed in. That's not really developed. No, this is not. Don't take this seriously. But anyway, that's sort of a loose idea. But the thing that's really strong is this. You have one central tower. This does 2 things. This one makes it that inherently there's that sort of double-edged sword thing of the further out you go, the more vulnerable you become, which is not the case in the current push the lane. It's a major problem. And then number 2, we get rid of points, which is something that's bothered me since the beginning. Now it's just you got to push out 2 lanes, which like sort of that's points, but not really, before they push 1 in. So that I'm really, really happy with. And I just wanted to give you guys this basic overview of what I'm doing, and I think this video just did that. So please let me know if you have any thoughts, reactions, etc. And thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the Twitch stream. And as always, I should mention you can support my work on Patreon at patreon.com/KeithBurgun. So thank you so much for coming by and watching this video. I'll see you soon.